Today we're going to talk about neckline news. Neckline, great necklines, great ways to wear them. I've heard so many things from you all. I've heard, oh, I can only wear one kind of neckline. We can wear all kinds of necklines. It's just what we do with them. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And I'm going to give you 7 tips that I think will help you and just kind of remind you of what works. All right, so we're going to start off with a V-neck and showing the collarbone and making sure that we show the collarbone. The collarbone is a great way to give space and to give lift to our necklines and to our garments, and we want to show that collarbone. So just remember, in a V-neck, that's the #1 rule, is to show the collarbone. Okay, so I want to show you some good examples and some bad examples as we go along the way. This first is beautiful. Notice how this V-neck is just lovely. It's so beautiful. Both of these women, it's just perfect. Keep in mind that we have so many things to help you. And you can choose your V-neck. So for instance, I've got a V-neck. You've got a V-neck, is what I'm saying. You've got a V-neck in your closet and you've got a French curve. So you're going to take the French curve and you're going to lay it on your V-neck. Every V-neck follows a French curve. And you're going to pick up the number that's at center front. You're going to pick up the number that's at the shoulder seam. Those are going to be your 2 numbers, and you're going to repeat those numbers onto your pattern. We have, many of you know, what's called our neckline templates. And what our neckline templates are is that you can use the same neckline, the V-neck, over and over again and just connect it from the shoulder seam to center front and use that. Now, this isn't a neckline template video, so I don't want to go there, but you can look for it and see what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying to you is you can get exactly the neckline that you want. You're a sewer, and you can create it exactly to be where you want it to be and look just as lovely as these ladies. Just to understand how the French curve works on a V-neck and understand those necklines. Our best neckline that we have for our V-neck is 120. It's on our Fit to Stitch site, which is Patty's Princess Seam Top. Tip number 2, news number 2, is the open shirt, classic blouse. Pattern number 600, classic blouse. But where do we put the first button? I know how many inches I put mine down. I want you to start to know how many you do. Look at these 2 blouses. You can see that they're just beautiful and open. Now, don't say, oh no, that one's too low. Make it right for you. But if you look at this next picture, this is not good. This is way too high, it's way too short, and you can see such a difference when you look at these. They're all button-up shirts. So we want our button-up shirts to really elongate us, and as sewers, again, we can decide where that first button goes. We can make it exactly the modesty level we want it to be. Tip number 3, the scoop neck sweet spot. Pattern number 115 is our scoop neck. It's fabulous. Again, use your French curve, find a scoop neck that you like on you, put your French curve on it, duplicate it, make a record of it so that you can duplicate that every time. And if you see something and you like it, you don't have to own it, it can be shopping, duplicate it. Here are a couple scoop necks that are just fabulous. There is a sweet spot. It's like halfway between the bust point and the base of the neck. That is going to be where you're going to have a perfect scoop neck. It's going to look wonderful on you, and you don't necessarily have to make it lower. You want to make it wider. That wider really, really helps because, again, shows off a little bit of that collarbone. Tip number 4, why crew necks look really, really bad. We can make them look better, and we're going to show you how. This first picture, though, is a bad example because it's just a crew neck thrown on and nothing to help the crew neck out. So this next picture, what you're going to see is they're all crew necks and they're beautifully done, either with necklaces, with scarves. You can do many things to help a crew neck. Just don't throw it on without anything or it will look really drab. Rule number 5, the French boat neck. Now, I say boat neck and I mean that loosely because what I mean is just wider necklines. There's lots of necklines that you can create that are wider through the shoulders. You can still, preserve the bra straps and those, but you can make them wider. And here are some really pretty examples. Again, French curve. Use your French curve when looking at these necklines. Understand and lay that French curve down so that you get the numbers exactly where they go. The French curve follows finished garment measurements. So be sure that you understand how to use that, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Here's another picture. You can see the boat neck, that wider, higher neck, is perfect for larger bust, larger upper arms. It really balances the upper part of the body because it makes the neckline larger, therefore it gives a great balance to the rest. Very well done. Number 6 is high necklines. High necklines can be okay, but boy, sometimes they can just be too much. This is good. These are the good examples of when they're just way too much. They just look like a face on top of a ball of yarn. So be careful not to do that. Those, sometimes younger women can carry it off, whereas we age, it just doesn't look as good. These are necklines that are just much prettier and much more successful. Your cowl neck is in there, your base of the neck. A low 101 is a good example of a neckline that's just a low ribbed neck. It's got a little collar on it, but it's very low. Our 195 is our crew neck or jewel neck, I forgot to tell you about. But our cowl neck 550, we've got several of them. They work beautifully. Tip number 7 is the necklace and neckline relationship. So let's look at a couple pictures of these, and you can see these necklines are just beautiful in this first picture. They're just perfect. It's almost like the necklace and the outfit just go together. That's what you want. That's the beauty of what you want. And you can see how beautiful those necklines are when we do that. This next picture is just a great example of bad. And it's simply because it's just a mess. There's just no relevance. There's just piles of layers. It's just a mess. The next one is great. We can see that where the necklines are coming in is either higher than the neckline or lower than the neckline. And what we don't want to do is have them collide like what you just saw in that previous. But if you notice, especially with that jewel neck, the crew neck, whatever you want to call it, same thing. The necklace, you can see, it's beautiful. It does just below and then doubles and then does long. And when you're looking at necklace and necklace lengths, really, there's a couple standards that work really, really well, and you'll have it and it'll be perfect. And then this last picture, I just love this again. It just looks like that necklace and that outfit just go together. They're beautifully done. So those are your 7 tips when doing necklines. You can do any neckline out there. Just do it correctly. Keep in mind these tips, and you'll have happy sewing. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.